An Australian journalist could face up to 7 years jail if found guilty by a Thai court for a story he published online in Thailand in 2013. Australian journalist Alan Morison, a former senior editor of The Age newspaper in Melbourne, and his Thai colleague appeared in a Phuket court today on charges of criminal defamation and breaching the Computer Crimes Act of Thailand. 67-year-old Morison, editor of PhuketOne.com, and 34-year-old Chudama Siddhasadian are being sued under criminal defamation law and the Computer Crimes Act. The charges stem from one paragraph copied to their website from an article in a Reuters story published on the 17th of July 2013, examining allegations of Thai military involvement in Rohingya migrant trafficking.
This is a vindictive reaction to something that should never have happened.
Are you heartened by the support you've received from supporters here at the court and also from around Australia?
It's been wonderful, yeah. I mean, it's an important test case for all sorts of freedoms, both in Thailand and around the world.
International court observers have flown to Phuket to watch the trial proceedings, which are expected to last 3 days. Mark Plunkett, an Australian barrister from Brisbane, is representing the Media Entertainment Arts Alliance and the International Federation of Journalists as a court observer.
I'm being sent here by the International Federation of Journalists and the Australian Journalists Association, the MEAA, as a objective, independent international trial observer. So I'm just here to observe. It's a passive role, and I shall report back to the journalists as to the fairness of the conduct of the proceedings.
Andy Hall, a British human rights campaigner who is himself charged with criminal defamation, is also in attendance at court.
The work that I do, I could never do without journalists. You know, we're just one voice. So even though I might have a loud voice, I require journalists to amplify that voice across the world and to put pressure on governments and systems. So journalists are really a key actor.
Reporters Without Borders representative Benjamin Ishmael is concerned for these journalists in this case.
We are hoping for a fair trial, a trial that would see with logic that there is no defamation case, that there is no coherence in the plaintiff's actions. They have sued 6 months after the publication. They haven't sued the other media that has published the same paragraph, and there is no defamation at all in the case. So we hope that the judge will see that.
The International Commission of Jurists, Kingsley Abbott, want to see a fair legal process throughout the trial of the Australian.
The ICJ has been monitoring this trial since the proceedings commenced, and we're interested to observe the process and really to see whether or not it's a fair process.
What is the ICJ?
The ICJ is an international human rights NGO based in Switzerland, and we work to promote and protect human rights around the world and to promote the rule of law.
Family and friends assembled at the court today, including Mr. Morison's son Joshua from Melbourne.
You know, well, he's being charged for defamation based on the words of someone else. You know, he republished a paragraph from Reuters from an article that went on to win a Pulitzer Prize, but there's no legal action there. So I think it's a vindictive lawsuit.
Good luck today.
Thank you very much, Tim.
The trial is expected to last 3 days. Tim Shaw in Phuket, Thailand for 7 News.